Yeah, no doubt you can probably recognize the spot pretty easily, since everyone and their dog's been basing here since Build 42 dropped. The Echo Creek gas station is probably one of my favorite potential base locations to come out of Build 42 so far, but I will admit there's quite a few potential downsides to basing here as well. The biggest downside to basing here is the town of Echo Creek itself, because there's really not a whole lot going on here. Other than the gas station, the auto repair shop, and a warehouse or two, there's really not a whole lot of worthwhile buildings to loot that aren't small trailers or houses. Well, I mean, there is the Guns Unlimited. But anyways, this is fine as it feels like the whole point of being able to spawn in Echo Creek is to give the player an easier means of traveling to the other bigger towns that were added in Build 42. It doesn't feel like Echo Creek is meant to be a town that you're supposed to survive long term in. Echo Creek has one of the lowest zombie populations for the moment, and I would recommend that newer players spawn here for that reason. The gas station itself is a 2-story building in the center of Echo Creek. There's a forest directly behind the building, with a river nearby as well. There's a good deal of space in and around the building for farming and storing vehicles. The inside features a diner, a convenience store, a garage, and an upstairs apartment with a decent amount of space. There is also a basement as well that has a guaranteed spawn regardless, and it also has a ton of space for storage. Something that's somewhat annoying but manageable to work with is the fact you can only access the basement and upstairs apartment by going outside behind the building. The way Project Zomboid renders buildings makes it a little hard to see any potential zombies lurking around this area, but with the relatively low zombie pop, this is really a non-issue as long as you aren't leading zombies back to your base. Like I said earlier, the biggest downside to starting a base here is that you'll very quickly run out of places in town to loot, which means you'll be spending a lot of time driving back and forth to other more interesting towns. If you're trying to set out a more farm/livestock reliant playthrough, this probably isn't a bad spot to spawn as there are tons of farms nearby that have loads of animals and farming supplies to get you started. Ultimately, if you're a newer player, it's probably worth spawning here for the low zombie pop to get familiar with the game. I would advise against basing here long term, but staying here for about a week or so and then kind of turning it into a sort of safe house with access to a gas pump is probably a better idea. If there's any base locations you found in Build 42 you feel like sharing, leave a comment down below.